Remember everybody, before you start any recipe, it's always a great idea to verify the quality of the ingredients you're using. This should be fine. Hey everybody, Chris here, and a little change of scenery this time around. I'm in my kitchen and I'm going to be making something tonight with you guys. The first time I've ever made this, and I think this is going to work out pretty good. This is a beverage called a flip, and I had not ever heard of this until just a week or so ago when James Townsend and Son, when John Townsend did a video where he made a traditional colonial flip, and it looks absolutely delicious. So I want to try it, and I want to bring you guys along with me. And just like the smoked chicken wing video that I did, I've never made this before and I'm filming it, so if I post it, it's either going to be delicious or it's going to be a disaster, and I want you guys to see both. So here we go, a colonial flip. Now, what is a flip? A flip is a hot drink that it has a base of beer. And what I have right here in front of me is 1 pint of a spiced ale. So we're going to do that. To that, we're going to add 2 eggs. Okay. We're going to add a couple tablespoons of brown sugar. I think, a more traditional colonial style might have used, what we might call, like a cane sugar, a brown, not brown sugar, but, a sugar that's not quite all that refined. You can also use molasses, I hear, but I don't have any, and I think that might give it kind of a funky flavor, so we're not going to use that. And to this also, we're going to add 1/4 cup of rum. Rum is what I had, but I think you can also use brandy, and it will turn out just fine as well. So if you don't have rum and you have brandy, use brandy. So there you go. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix with the eggs, I'm going to mix in the brown sugar. All right, there we go. And I'm also going to mix in the rum. All right, and we're going to set these off to the side. Get a fork out here, and I'm going to kind of whisk this up. You'll see here soon why I'm doing it in a glass like this. See, stir, a little stirring action. Okay, I'd say that's mixed up well enough. There we go. Now, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take this pint of beer right here, we're gonna go to the stove, and I'll meet you over there. Okay, so we're over here at the stove, and what I've done is I've put that pint of ale in a saucepan, and I've got it over about medium heat right now. And what I want to do is I just want to get it warm. I don't want to get it boiling, because we're going to ultimately add that to the egg, brown sugar, and rum mixture, and I don't want to have scrambled eggs with beer. So we're just going to warm this up, and then we're going to mix these together and do something kind of fun with it, and that is where I will pick you guys up next. So hold tight. All right, real quick, when you're heating this beer up, this is the point that you want to get to. Right before it starts boiling, we got some steam coming off, but it's not yet boiling, and that's where we want to be. So let me pull this off the heat, and we're going to see if we can't get our flip pulled together. Everybody still with me? Good, okay. Here's where we're at. I've got, right here in this glass, I got my egg, rum, brown sugar mixture all ready to go. And in this pot right here, I've got, you can see the steam, I've got hot ale. All right. You know what, hold on. I forgot 2 pot holders. I'll be right back, hold tight. So that didn't take long. All right. I also have with me 1 glass. Same size as the one that I used for the egg mixture, and these hold slightly more than a pint. In fact, these hold about a pint and a half. So I think we should be good, and we shouldn't have to worry about spillage from overflow. Just to set the scene for you, I've actually set the camera up here on the window in front of my sink. So I'm going to be doing what I'm going to do now over the sink. That way, in case there is spillage, it's all contained. Because I know me, and I can be a bit of a messy cook. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this glass, little pot holder action, and I'm going to put the hot ale in here and hopefully not spill it. Okay, that worked pretty good. Now, I'm going to take, I'm going to take this egg mixture here, and we are going to pour a little bit of the hot beer and the eggs. Kind of stir that around a little bit, temper these eggs as it's called. And now we're going to start pouring from one to the other in a way to froth this whole thing together. So let's just see how this goes. A little bit of spillage, kind of expected that, like I told you. I'm a bit messy. Now the recipe doesn't say how long you need to do this. I don't know, it's getting frothier. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. A few more times. I'm spilling so much of this stuff. Oh man. Okay, it's definitely starting to froth because there's like a lot of foam the last little bit that I pour. So we'll do this maybe just a few more times, and we'll. All right. For the sake of viewership and those following along at home, I think we'll call it done on that. But yeah, it's definitely frothier, no doubt about that. I'll get my glass here, and let me see here. Let me see if I can spoon some of this froth off the top. I don't think a little bit is a bad thing, but there's a lot of froth. So now let's just pour that here in my pint glass. It's still warm, so that's good. You really you can smell the rum. Or excuse me, yeah, you can smell the rum in there. Definitely still smells like beer, so that's good. And then on top of it, we're going to garnish with a little bit of nutmeg. This is not freshly ground. If John Townsend was here, he would probably smack me with a wooden spoon for using store-bought pre-ground nutmeg, but hey, it's what I had. So that's what we're going to use. We're just going to garnish the top of this a little bit with some nutmeg. And let's give this a try. Okay, that's different. Doesn't at all taste like what I thought it was going to. It's not bad. Don't take that as a bad thing. But definitely you get that rum. That rum punches right through. And this beer that I used, that had an alcohol content of, I think, about 9%. Yeah, 9.5%. So it's a little stout even for a beer, but it's definitely boozy. There's no way around that. But yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know if I should probably pour this in like a mug. This is going to be a tall order in a pint glass. I don't know if I'm going to be able to drink a whole pint of this, but yeah, you know, overall, not entirely terrible, and pretty glad that I tried it. Pretty I feel fairly accomplished in what I did. So there you go. That's a flip, colonial style, hot beverage. Yeah, I could see how this would be popular and good. So, all right. Well, thanks so much for following along. You know, I'm being fancy. Got the pinky finger out. Thanks so much for following along. And if you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you've ever made this before, drop a comment below. I'm going to put a link to John Townsend's video down in the description, and I'm going to see if I can put a link to the recipe that I got offline on how I made this one, so maybe you guys can try this at home and see which one you like best. But there you go, Colonial Flip. I'm going to drink a little bit more of this. You guys take care. Have a great rest of the night. Have a great winter, and I'll see you around later. Bye-bye.